Buying a car in Carvana was so easy. I was able to finance it through them.
Whoa, wait, you mean finance?
Yeah, finance. Got pre-qualified for a Carvana auto loan, entered my terms, and shot from thousands of great car options all within my budget.
That's cool that financing through Carvana was so easy.
Financed. Done. And I get to pick up my car from their Carvana vending machine tomorrow.
Financed.
Right, that's what I said.
You can spend time trying to pronounce financing, or you can actually finance and buy your car today on
Carvana.
Financing subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply.
This episode is brought to you by the world's first reposado from Tequila Herradura. Made with slow-cooked, hand-harvested agave sealed into oak barrels and aged 11 months. Before being enjoyed in your glass. Experience the world's first reposado, Tequila Herradura. Please drink responsibly. Responsibility.org. Tequila Herradura. 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by Brown-Forman, Louisville, Kentucky. Herradura is a registered trademark. Copyright 2025 Brown-Forman Corporation.
South Africa, known for its diverse cultures, populations, and especially its extreme landscapes and biodiversity, there's no surprise that it has been ranked as a top tourist destination for the world. Safaris to see some of the native animals and a plant population that makes up nearly 10% of the world's overall plant species, as well as some of the most beautiful beaches and cities. These are all things that bring vacationers to the country. But all isn't well in South Africa. Violent crimes rank among the highest in the world. A lot of experts contribute this to the extreme shifts between the rich and the poor. Murders, kidnappings, hijackings, and even organized crime are a very normal thing there. So those people with money, they want to be as protected as possible. And they will spend and go to extremes to make sure they're safe. But even with all the protections possible, dark and heinous crimes can still happen. Welcome back to Music City 911.
What is your emergency?
Yeah. I need an ambulance. Lots of.
You need an ambulance?
Yes, please.
What's your name, sir?
Henri Van Breda.
Henry. What's the contact number you're phoning from?
My home phone number, but I'm not sure what the home phone number is. My cell phone. We're at 12 Husker Street, please.
What is this number that you're phoning from? Is there someone else that can speak if you're not able to?
No.
Who else is in the house?
There's no one else.
Everyone else. I need the contact number, please.
Yeah, okay. 021.
021.
8800.
8800.
493.
493. And you need the ambulance to go to what?
Number 12, Husker Street.
Hoskes.
Husker. G-O-S.
G-O-S.
K-E.
What area is this?
It's in Stellenbosch, and it's in the Zolta estate.
Number 12, Hoskes Street in Stellenbosch.
Yes.
I'm not picking it up for Stellenbosch. I'm picking it up for Boertesig Milnerton.
We're in the Zolta winelands. It's an estate. D-E, and another word, Z-A-L-Z-E.
D-E-Z-A-L-Z-E.
Yeah, D-E.
I'm not picking it up, for Stellenbosch. What area in Stellenbosch are you in?
I don't know. That's all that. We're in Zolta Winelands. It's an estate. It's a security estate.
Are you sure it's 12 Hosker Street?
Yes,
absolutely.
Hosker
is in Boertesig Milnerton, eh? And you're saying you're out in Stellenbosch?
Yes.
What? And you don't know what area in Stellenbosch?
I'm not sure how much more specific I need to be.
8800-493.
Yeah.
Just check the number. On police system, that number picks up. I'm picking up Bach Street, number 4.
No.
In Stellenbosch.
Yeah, can you please just send an ambulance or more than one ambulance to Desaltse Wineland in Stellenbosch?
Desaltse.
Yeah, can you find that, please?
Desaltse. Sir, they're going to ask you the same thing that I'm asking you, because you're giving me two different addresses. Desaltse in Wineland in Stellenbosch.
Desaltse Wineland is the estate. Stellenbosch is the town. And Hoske Street, number 12.
Okay, Hoske Street, number 12. Is there a school, a church near where you stay? A landmark?
There's just the estate clubhouse, I guess, for the golf course.
And what else?
There's also a golf course.
You mean the main road as you drive to
the main road, I think it's the R44.
R44?
I think so, yeah, between Somerset West and Stellenbosch.
On the R44, is there a garage, a school, a church near to where you stay?
There's just across from there's a mall.
What's it called?
Mall. No, not Eikestad Mall. There's a BP across from me.
Stellenbosch. Going to the map, you say there's a BP.
Yeah.
Is that all you know? The BP garage. No other shop near in your area.
Yeah, I tried. There's also a golf club on my phone's maps. That's what it's called.
Desaltse Golf Club.
Yeah, it's the estate next to Techno Park.
Next to Techno Park.
It's by Jamestown as well.
By Jamestown.
Yeah.
What is Jamestown?
Jamestown's the next suburb next to us.
What? And you, the patient?
No, my family is. Someone attacked my family.
Hey?
Someone has attacked my family in my house.
Okay, so you need the police or the ambulance.
And an ambulance, please. Yes.
Now, who is injured?
I think everyone.
Everyone in your house?
Everyone, 4 people, yes.
Adults, 2 adults?
2 adults and 3 adults and 1 teenage girl, yes.
What are the injuries?
Head injuries.
Are they conscious?
I don't think so. My sister's moving, but that's it.
Suspects still on scene, there, sir?
Sorry?
Are there any suspects on scene?
No, they ran away.
With what were they attacked?
An axe. I think I blacked out and I've just woken up.
With an axe. Okay, stay on the line. I'm going to speak to the police.
Thank you, but please send an ambulance as quickly as possible.
Yes. Are you the only one that's conscious? You're not.
Yes.
The others are unconscious. Hold.
Yes.
I'm going to speak to police to check on your number, where you are. Because you don't know your street name, you say.
The street name is Hoske Street.
Okay, I'm not picking it up on the contact number that you're giving me.
Okay.
Henry?
Yeah.
I've got ambulance services on the line now.
Okay.
So, he gave me a few different addresses. The one he's going to go with, he says it's 10 Alleman Street in Stellenbosch.
Yeah, if you go to 10 Alleman Street, are you sending one there?
Okay, tell me, what is the street name?
My street name is Hoske, or Goske.
Okay, die straatnaam daar, wat die geval is.
Ja, ja.
Wat is die padse naam?
Goske.
Goske Street.
G-O-S-K-E.
Ja, in Stellenbosch.
G-O-S?
K-E, ja.
K-E. Is it a street name?
Yeah.
I'm trying to check this. Hold on for me. Krijg je deze straat?
No. I get it for both the moment.
If you just, okay, number 10 Alleman is just past my street. If you send an ambulance to...
Is it Alleman or Alleman?
Alleman.
Okay, spel daar even mee gauw en wil ik die opkrijgen?
A-double-L.
A-double-L.
E-M.
E-N?
A-double-N.
A-double-N.
So alle man met 2 N's.
Okay, I'm not picking up that one.
I'll make sure. Let me just write it here on the thingy. This is number 10, Alaman.
Do you get any Alaman Street?
No.
Because if you send someone there, then I can meet them in the road before they
Alaman
get there.
Street. Not Anamaun, it's Alaman.
Yeah.
Is it which area in Stellenbosch is it?
It's in De Zaltse
Pardon?
Golf Estate.
Bosville. What area in Stellenbosch is it?
De Zaltse.
Yeah, De Zaltse Golf Estate.
D-E-Z-A-L-T-S-E.
D-E?
Yeah. Z-E. No.
D-E?
So it's
Z-A?
so it's Z-A-L-Z-E.
Zalze, okay.
Yeah.
Golf Estate.
It's a golf estate.
Golf
Really
Estate,
estate
okay.
type thing, yeah.
Okay. Okay, what kind of injuries is there?
My family and we were attacked by a guy with an axe.
With an axe?
Unconscious, it is.
Unconscious, huh?
Yes, and bleeding from the head, please.
Okay. The address, okay. Just wanted to get the right thing here. Oh, and hold on. Okay, to see your reference number is 0312.
0312.
Yeah, you said the phone number is 072-835-2802.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it says number 10 Alaman Street, Zalze Golf Estate in Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. So we'll send it. You just keep your phone open in case they get lost.
Yeah. Can you please?
Okay. Send one.
Yeah, they'll
Call on my mobile phone.
Okay.
On my mobile phone, I'll be out in the street, and I'll need the ambulance there.
Okay then. Okay, thank you.
How long will the ambulance take?
It won't be too long. They'll send the ambulance out as soon as possible. Okay then.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of unlimited service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Keep your current phone, number, and contacts with any Mint Mobile plan. The quality of service in addition to the ultra-affordable phone plans are the reasons I'll be switching to Mint Mobile. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/MC911. That's mintmobile.com/MC911. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
The Nordstrom Anniversary Sale is on now. Shop new arrivals on sale for a limited time from Madewell, Bobbi Brown, New Balance, and more. You'll find tons of deals under $100 on summer-ready fits, plus beauty exclusives from your favorite brands. Nordstrom makes shopping easy in stores, at Nordstrom.com, and on their app. Hurry, prices go up August 4th.
Una silla de masajes puede parecer extravagante. 8 configuraciones diferentes, intensidad ajustable, además es calefaccionado. Y se siente tan bien. Sí, una silla de masajes puede parecer extravagante. Y 2, bueno, aún más. Pero cuando esas sillas de masajes vienen con un auto, se vuelven bastante prácticas. El nuevo Volkswagen Tiguan 2025 con funciones premium como los asientos delanteros con masaje disponibles. Solo parece extravagante.
The call we just listened to, it was extremely difficult to get through. Myself, as well as a majority of the listeners of the show, are in America. While the call was spoken in English, the accent is vastly different than what we're used to. What's more difficult to get past is that it took so long to verify the address. It was a painful experience. The operator was having problems with it even after the number 12 was given and the caller spelled out the name of the street letter by letter. Then a city was needed and an area. More descriptions of close by areas, just trying to narrow it down where they were. I'm not sure of the technology available as to mapping software when this call came in, which was January 27th, 2015, but I'm reasonably sure that it should have been well more easily found than what was done with this call. Currently, I know we are more than 10 years past the call, but I managed to find the address in around 5 seconds on Google Maps. The caller was urging for an ambulance, actually multiple ambulances, after his family was attacked by a person yielding an axe as a weapon. The caller mentioned head injuries, but the dispatcher didn't inquire further into those injuries. This was actually only a portion of that original call. That one was more than 25 minutes long. The address debacle was a big piece of that. When responders finally reached the house at 12 Goska Street in the Golf Estate in Stellenbosch, Western Cape, they found the caller, 19-year-old Henri Van Breda, close to the front door wearing only white socks and gray sleeping shorts. He had cuts to various portions of his body and was bleeding at one point, but not heavily, and it had mostly dried. After entering the house, they found a horrendous scene. Henry's father, 54-year-old Martin, was found in a bedroom along with his other son, 22-year-old Rudy. Wife Teresa, 55 years of age, and their 16-year-old daughter Marley were found nearby outside of the bedroom. All but Marley were dead, and she was in an extreme critical condition, barely hanging on to life. The injuries were severe to all. The autopsy reports were very similar. 22-year-old Rudy was described to have skull fractures to the base of his skull and skull cap. There was evidence of defensive wounds on his left pinky finger. Blood was found in his stomach, indicating he was likely still alive for some time and swallowed some of his own blood. It's believed that he was alive at least a few minutes. The force used with the axe was so great that drops of blood were found on a neighbor's house next door, having gone through the air of an open window in the bedroom. Martin, the father, also had external sharp and blunt trauma to the head and central upper back. He did not have defensive wounds. He also had blood in his stomach, as well as blood aspiration in both of his lungs, also lending to the thought he was still alive for several minutes after the attack. His organs were pale, which indicated he bled out. Teresa, the mother, also had the same sharp and blunt trauma to the head. She had small abrasions on the bridge of her nose and contusions on the right side of her back. She had a possible defensive wound to her right thumb, possibly trying to protect her face. She had not swallowed or aspirated blood, and it's believed that she actually died fairly quickly. She had skull fractures and brain injuries. She also had bleeding between spaces in her ribs and also likely bled out. Marley also had injuries to her head and neck and more significant defensive wounds. She had deep lacerations to her head, 4 of them on the left side and 1 on the right. Her ear was also partially severed. She was unconscious but still breathing, despite the fact that her skull had been broken and her brain was visible through her wounds. She was immediately transported to a hospital. Henry, the caller, had blood on his shorts and socks. He also had lacerations, but in different parts of his body. He had a cut on his upper left shoulder, his right upper chest, another small wound on his left chest, and 2 stab wounds, 1 to his chest and another 2 on his left side abdomen. He also had 4 small cuts on his left arm, as well as bruising on other parts of his body. So what happened? Police wanted desperately to get to the bottom of this. They questioned Henry to get his version of the incident. Initially, he said that a man wearing a balaclava, dark clothes, and gloves had broken into the family house and began attacking the residents with an axe and a knife. He was attacking the family and was laughing while doing it. Henri was behind a bathroom door when all this was happening, and when he exited the bathroom, he began scuffling with a man, and that's when he was attacked with a knife. He managed to fight enough to dislodge the knife from the attacker's hands and forced him to run away. He believed that person or persons involved in this were part of a balaclava gang that had been operating and committing crimes in the area. After the attacker had left through the back door, Henri stated he chased the suspect and threw the axe at him, and then after re-entering the house, passed out, and he wasn't initially sure of how long he was unconscious. This was part of his official statement made to detectives after he had been treated for his wounds and transported to the police station, still only wearing his sleeping shorts and socks. Police, still there on the scene, started gathering as much evidence as possible. The community that the crime happened in, it was one of wealth and high security. And when I say high security, I mean it. The entire area is gated and completely surrounded by a tall fence that is 7.5 kilometers long. The fence is topped with razor wire, and the fence itself is electrified. Attached to each section are alarms to indicate any sort of attempted breach to the main security office. The property also employed 24-hour security guards that did constant roaming patrols. Thermal cameras were installed to catch movement by anyone before they could even reach the outside of the fences. Other closed-circuit TV cameras were also surrounding the property. Crime inside of it was virtually non-existent. In the previous year, only 10 incidents had been reported there, and of those, they were mainly theft by domestic workers or employees of the various companies hired by residents. One attempted burglary was reported, but that was later found to be a guest of the homeowner. Long story short, intruders seemingly are unable to easily enter this massively protected estate.
On WhatsApp, no one can see or hear your personal messages. Whether it's a voice call, message, or sending a password. To WhatsApp, it's all just this. So whether you're sharing the streaming password in the family chat or trading those late-night voice messages that could basically become a podcast, your personal messages stay between you, your friends, and your family. No one else. Not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach our kids real-world money skills they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and the #1 family finance and safety app used by millions of families, helping kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send their kids money and track their spending and saving, while kids build money confidence and skills in fun ways. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/Spotify. That's greenlight.com/Spotify.
Now at Chipotle, our all-new Chipotle Honey Chicken brings Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet. Seared smoked peppers and savory Mexican spices, blended with a hint of pure honey for a perfectly balanced sauce. All combined with fresh, tender chicken hot off the grill, served up in your favorite burrito or bowl. New Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level. But it's only at Chipotle for a limited time. Order now in the app for pickup or delivery. Chipotle, for real.
Police crime scene units and detectives were on the scene at 12 Goska Street for an extended amount of time. The scene was gruesome, with one paramedic stating blood had ran down some of the stairs of the home like a waterfall. An axe and a knife were found inside. Both seemed to have been used in the attack. Items around the house were photographed and cataloged as evidence. Statements were taken from neighbors as well as security guards that were currently working, as well as the ones from the overnight shift. Security reported nothing out of the ordinary. 6 to 7 roving patrols had either passed by or close by the Van Breda house. No breaches to the fence or gate had occurred. The only thing reported by a neighbor was possibly hearing loud male voices a little after 10 o'clock at night, and they stopped at around midnight. The victims' cell phones were also searched. No threatening messages were found. More evidence was found, but nothing indicated any sort of burglary. No signs of forced entry. The balaclava gang that Henri had mentioned, in the previous year or so, they had been involved in several burglaries where items of value were taken, and those valuables were anything like TVs, laptops, or jewelry. There had been about 50 to 60 of those crimes committed. All of those were done so at individually standing houses that were not in populated areas. The estate where the Van Bredas lived had closely spaced houses and was densely populated. When cataloging evidence, it was found that valuable items like laptops, mobile phones, a television, electrical appliances, and money were all found to still be inside the house. It seemed as though nothing was taken. Police began to doubt the story of a masked intruder or intruders. Henri, there was more to his story, and evidence certainly conflicted with it. As I said before, nothing was found to be out of the ordinary by security patrols, and nothing was detected on any cameras, nor were any alarms on the perimeter fence set off. Nothing was taken from the house. With a motive of robbery, it would be difficult to believe someone would enter a house with the intent to steal, change to a murderous intent, and walk out with nothing. Also, the axe and knife, especially the axe, they were described by police as something not used in the robberies committed by the Balaclava gang. They were later determined to be the property of the Van Breda family. DNA evidence also suggested that no other DNA was present in the house, despite DNA being left in a significant amount of the houses that had been robbed previous. The time of the murders, it's believed to have started around or a little after 4 o'clock in the morning. Henri didn't call for help until after 7. But that wasn't the first call he placed. Before that, he tried calling his then girlfriend, who didn't answer the phone. He also did a search on his phone for emergency services phone numbers. This was despite there being a list of those numbers posted on the refrigerator of the house. I will admit that from a 911 dispatcher's point of view, their emergency numbers are a bit confusing. A significant portion of the world uses 911 for their emergency number. Other parts use 999 or 000. South Africa has a different system. For emergencies there, you dial 10111. That's if you need police. If you need medics, that's 10177, unless you're in Cape Town, and then that number is 107. Or if you're using a mobile phone, in which the number is 112. I think a revamp in a single number might make things a lot easier for the people of South Africa. Henri also made no attempt at calling the security there at the estate. During his phone call to, well, one of those many, many numbers I listed, Henri didn't have the demeanor of someone who had just been attacked and his family literally hacked to death in front of him. He was incredibly calm despite the circumstances. Eerily calm if you think about it. There may have been an air of nervousness, but in general, anyone that I've talked to that has just witnessed a murder, they're not at all as Henri was. During the time he waited for police and paramedics, he smoked 3 cigarettes. Henri himself, the wounds he suffered during the attack, they did not match in any way to the wounds inflicted on the rest of the family. The axe wounds literally broke skulls. The force that would have had to have been used was great. Henri's wounds were mainly superficial. The cut wounds barely broke the skin in some places. His stab wounds, the deepest one, was only about 1/3 of an inch deep. And the locations and the way he was cut, the ones on his chest, were almost directly horizontal to the ground, if in a standing position. Investigators believe the position and angle of the cuts would be consistent with someone cutting themselves, with your elbow out to the side at approximately a 45-degree angle. Another part of Henri's story didn't line up with what was told to police. As previously stated, Henri told police that he was coming out of the bathroom when he saw the attacker and ended up fighting with him. He then chased him out of the house and returned inside where he passed out. The evidence that didn't match up with that, Henri's as well as his brother Rudy's blood were found inside of the shower. After a lengthy investigation lasting approximately a year and a half, police believed that there was no intruder to the house. They believed Henri was their suspect. A call to Henri's lawyer was placed by police, indicating Henri's arrest was imminent and that they urged him to turn himself in. On June 13th of 2016, he did that. He was charged with 3 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder for his sister, and 1 count of defeating the ends of justice, something more akin to obstruction of justice in America. Bail was set at just 100,000 South African rand, which is a little over 5,000 American dollars. He was released under the conditions that he had to regularly report to local police and not leave the area of West Cape. His trial began on April 4th of 2017. It was postponed due to prosecutors asking for more time to obtain further evidence, as well as Henri being arrested for drug possession the previous year. The trial lasted over a year. Dozens of witnesses were called, from neighbors who reported hearing the loud male voices, security guards from the estate talking about all the security measures used there, as well as nothing seen or heard out of the ordinary, police and paramedics who described what they witnessed with the victims, and doctors and forensic examiners to talk about the various injuries of both Henri and his family. On May 21st of 2018, a verdict was delivered by the judge. Guilty on all counts. On June 7th of the same year, sentencing was given by the judge.
You have committed crimes with a degree of unbridled violence. The violence directed against your own family, killing 3 and causing serious harm to the 4th. The weapon used against the deceased and the injured was an axe, with the victims unarmed and defenseless. It was a cold-blooded murder. The violence was excessive and gratuitous. It was intended to cause maximum harm. The 3 victims died with the wounds caused by the axe you wielded against them. The 4th survived, albeit with serious injuries. The clear intent was to kill her as well. We have no explanation for what you did. You have displayed no remorse. We have heard extensive evidence of the consequences of your conduct, the cruel consequences. Yet we have no explanation from you. No substantial and compelling circumstances have been placed before us. There appear to be none. Whatever the statutory minimum sentence regime, the same severe sentences would in any event follow. And I say this with some regret, although you are relatively young and with no previous convictions, your conduct warrants the severest possible penalty. Society expects no less. The crimes warrant such a result. And your circumstances, personal circumstances, are not sufficiently compelling to come to any different conclusions. In the result, on count 1, the murder of Henri Van Breda, you are sentenced to life imprisonment. On count 2, the murder of Martin Van Breda, you are sentenced to life imprisonment. On count 3, the murder of Teresa Van Breda, you are sentenced to life imprisonment. For the attempted murder of Marley Van Breda, you are sentenced to 15 years imprisonment. On count 5, obstructing the course of justice, for the administration of justice. As said out in the charge sheet, you're sentenced to 12 months in prison.
3 terms of life in prison and 15 years for the attempted murder, along with 12 months for the charge of defeating the ends of justice. Henri was transferred the next day to Pollsmoor Prison, where he underwent treatment for epilepsy, then later moved to Brakenstein Correctional Center, where he will serve the remainder of his sentence. His sister Marley was unable to give any accounts of the events of the evening of the crime due to extensive brain injury. She was not used as a witness during the trial. After months of extensive surgeries and therapies, she was able to return to school. Although no direct motive was ever given, being that Henri claimed innocence before and during the trial, there are some theories. Henri was given an allowance from his parents, but was cut off due to an expensive drug problem, one that likely landed him in an expensive rehab center. The Van Breda family was very wealthy. If his family were murdered by someone else, he would have inherited a little over 200 million South African rand, which is the equivalent to nearly 11 million US dollars. The loud male voices heard by his neighbors late at night, that was believed to be Henri and his father arguing over that allowance being cut off. Henri is currently in prison, and he will be considered for parole after serving a minimum of 25 years. That's going to do it for this one. As always, share the show with friends, family, co-workers, or anyone you know that enjoys true crime or anything police or dispatch related. Follow the show on all social media, all of which are located in the episode notes. And if you want more Music City 911, head over to patreon.com/MusicCity911 for ad-free episodes and bonus content. If you'd like to further help out the show, but mainly its host, writer, researcher, producer, editor, mixer, and general manager, all of which are actually just me, go to MusicCity911.com and look towards the bottom of the page for a button labeled Buy Me a Beer. That's simply a one-time donation that is used to keep me well hydrated and my vocal cords pristine by the consuming of that amber liquid with the foam on top. Beer. That can also, at times, be substituted for bourbon. Thank you all for listening, and until next time, for Music City 911, I'm Brandon, and y'all have a good one.